Today, I will watch the most viral videos about home cosmetology and give you an honest and expert response. What is the purpose of using patches or ice for the eye area? Patches for rejuvenating the eyelids have no role, regardless of what they contain. Eye patches are best stored in the refrigerator and should be used while lying down. Only by following these recommendations can you achieve any effect. The main effect of patches is the mechanical pressure on the skin around the eyelids. However, the patch is very heavy for this delicate and thin area, so it should never be used while driving or standing. Therefore, any patches should only be used while lying down. And if we put them in the refrigerator, the material itself will be colder, which will speed up the reduction of swelling. The components themselves, whether homemade patches made of ice or gelatin, or cosmetic patches that contain peptides or amino acids, do not provide any additional benefits for the area around your eyelids. This is certainly a quick way to reduce swelling, but only if you are lying down. But what can happen if you perhaps use patches while sitting or standing? Such a heavy patch for the eyelid area will contribute to skin stretching in the eyelid area and the formation of premature wrinkles. Be careful, use the patches correctly, and if you decide to make them at home, be sure to combine it with a home party with your friends.
3, 2, 1, bang.
Under no circumstances should you repeat such experiments with peelings at all, especially with home peelings, because even when we use the most precise equipment, lasers, the risk of leaving scars, pigmentation, or completely damaging your vascular network after such a burn is extremely high. Such a layer may be affected during plastic surgery with phenol peeling, when patients may be under anesthesia for up to 2 days after the procedure, but you are removing the entire layer of skin, and no one can absolutely guarantee you even safe results, let alone aesthetics.
Could be more, why don't you look my way? Hey, I think it is love, just a low your profile. You make it talk that you look so well. I'm having a fever cause you're so hot. Please answer my DMs, I like it all well. You make it talk that, hey, hey, hey. You make it talk that, hey, hey, hey. Is it too much to ask? A simple click. Feeling really anxious, I refresh the page. Still no new notifications. Still no one in your life. Baby, you're my number one FYP.
As a doctor, I am not against homemade masks that you make from products because it is fun, it is interesting, and again, it gives you something to do with your hands and pass the time, and it is quite safe if you have normal skin. The main downside of such masks is that all the ingredients have relatively large molecules, making it very difficult for them to penetrate the barrier layer of our skin. However, they are generally naturally safe and eco-friendly. But if, as shown in this video, you indeed have irritated dry skin, then your skin is reactive. The first line of therapy in such cases is to refrain from using any products, whether professional cosmetic ones or especially homemade ones, as large molecules can damage your unprotected skin. But the video is actually cool. However, our pores in the nose area are positioned at a different angle, and to really squeeze out the blackheads, a different angle than what is shown in the video needs to be used. The most you can do is press on your nose and get swelling for about 2 hours. No, you can't squeeze out blackheads with this device.
I was facing all the sunlight while our feet swung freely from the bridge.
Be careful not to apply the paste to your face either. Sometimes, of course, I support you trying something if it doesn't cause any harm. Again, we wasted time. But the paste should not be applied to the face. It contains many irritating components and you will cause skin burns. Make it more sensitive and then you will come to the dermatologist to treat and fight the burns.
But everyone tells me, no, young lady, you need a medical education to work in the field of medicine. I applied for the position of surgeon and applied for the position of dermatologist. I mean, do you understand that the 21st century is here? there are already a million courses on YouTube, and there are also in-person courses. All of this can be learned independently. I don't necessarily need to spend 5 years at university to then work in the field of medicine. Well, this is just some kind of template thinking. I don't understand why this still exists in the 21st century.
I am amazed at how such thoughts come to people's minds, while they themselves choose only the best and qualified specialists with higher medical education to solve their medical problems. Of course, such a desire is based on madness and courage, and all would be well, but illegal medical activity is a criminal offense. If you see a practitioner on Instagram, I cannot call him a doctor or healer without medical education, who offers you medical services. Take this seriously, because it is a medical condition, such as latent schizophrenia, and not just madness or the audacity of this specialist. So all home remedies for treating acne are not only ineffective but can also be dangerous. Acne is a dermatological disease, so it should be treated by a dermatologist with professional dermatological products that are sold at a pharmacy, and only after treating the acne can we use cosmetic products. Therefore, treating a dermatological disease with home remedies is an irresponsible attitude towards one's body and health. Yes, I was still a schoolgirl when the advertisement on television showed such foams that dissolved hair, the hair shaft, and as a result, the skin became smooth. But apart from irritation, nothing else really worked. When hair dies in the hair follicle, it can take up to 2 to 3 months for it to fall out. Only a very powerful chemical product will cause such an instant effect, which will first damage your skin and only then destroy the hair follicle.
Oh my god, I can't even close my mouth.
Listen, in modern society, with the development of cosmetology, using such methods is simply shameful. It is foolish, it is unsafe, uncontrolled trauma to the tissues. As history reminds us, in the early years of the development of cosmetology, it was extremely dangerous and caused not only rapid aging but also various oncological processes, if we consider the very first facial cosmetics. This is my reaction to such a video. Write in the comments what you think about it and trust your beauty to professionals.